Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Um, just before this video starts, I just want to say that I actually do own Pokemon Y. The game is in my DS, I think. I hope. I also have Pokemon Sun, Super Mario 3D Land, Rabbids 3D, Pokemon Moon, and Mario Kart 7. So, if I show any of these games in this, then I own them. Don't know if that helps. I'm also not gonna show you any links to download the ROMs, but all you literally have to do is type into Google Pokemon space Y space ROM space download. Enter. Yeah. So now, after that, let's just get into this. I'm still not feeling great. I don't know if anyone has watched the previous 4 or 5 videos since I came back. I've got tonsillitis, and I can barely swallow my own spit, to be honest. It hurts. I'm getting a little bit better. The drugs that I'm having to take are helping. Yeah. So anyway, let's close this out. Yes, I want to exit. I'm going to show you guys how to get this. This being Citra. So you want to go to the link in the description, the only link in the description, and just go to it. Citra Emu. So Emu is short for emulator. And what you want to do is just click on download here. And then for me, I just had to click download for Windows 64 because it automatically detects what you're running. So I click that, or if you don't have a 64-bit, if it's for some reason recognizing your computer badly, incorrectly, click on the manual and then just, yeah. I would recommend the nightly build though. Don't install the Canary. Install the nightly. Yeah, so nightly build, just click on the Windows or the Apple or the, what is that, Linux? Club Penguin? I don't know. But yeah, for me, I just have to click on download here and then click download for Windows 64. It's 20 megabytes, so yep, it's very quick. I'm just gonna close it out, and I have it in my downloads already. Citra setup windows.exe. Usually, when things are executable files, they're extremely sus. Extremely sus. But this is fine. I don't know why, but this is fine. It's actually an installer. So you want to just double click it and then set up Citra. Welcome to the Citra setup wizard. Next, and installation folder. I just keep it as default. It installs to your app data folder, which I think is fine. It already exists, so I might just choose desktop and just make a new folder for argument's sake. Select that one. So it's this one up here. Next, don't install the Canary, or I guess that's how you say it. Canary? Canary? Install the nightly. The nightly. It sounds like I'm blocked up. I have nothing in my nose, guys. It's because my throat is blocked. It's coming out of my nose, if that makes sense. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you have to listen to me like this. If they're both ticked, untick Canary. It's like the older version where it didn't prioritize or didn't utilize your GPU. It utilized like 1 or 2 cores of your CPU. So if you had a 16 core Ryzen 9, whatever the heck, it would only use 1 of those cores. No matter how good your computer was, it would only utilize like a percentage of it. Where this one here doesn't. It utilizes all of it, basically. To you limit what you want. So next, I accept. Yeah, just license agreements. Sometimes I read them. I didn't read this one. I very rarely read them, to be honest. I feel like no one actually does. The only one I've read was something involving Minecraft. I can't remember what. It was the server one. So this might actually be useful if you're like a streamer or if you're a YouTuber and you're trying to use this for content. You should also get your employer, if you work as a programmer, or your school, if any, to sign a copyright disclaimer for the program if necessary. I don't know if they can get you for they being this company or YouTube or copyright or Nintendo. I don't know. I don't know if you can get in trouble when it comes to copyright when it comes to this, because to my like I haven't heard anything about it. People have made a bloody Switch emulator. Like what? It's only been out for what, like, well, I guess it's been out for almost 4 years. Hey, oh, three and a half, something like that. Yeah, that makes sense. But like, people have made Switch emulators. Pretty sure some people went to prison for it because they did it like 6 months after. But there's like I'm pretty sure there is a Switch emulator, or there's at least Pokemon Sword and Shield ROMs floating around on the internet somewhere. I'm pretty sure there was a recommended video on my YouTube the other day of how to play Pokemon Sword and Shield on PC. What? Anyway, so all this is doing is just installing Citra. Once it's finished, you just click finish. I'm just going to cancel because it's going to take too long. Can I delete that folder? It's deleted. Cool. And now, and now, I believe it doesn't automatically create like a Citra folder. Doesn't do anything. I think it creates a shortcut here. That's it. So you can either go to your Windows taskbar thing, pop-up menu, click on it, or you can just search up Citra. It's in Citra, just open it, and yeah. And now what I did, you don't have to do this. What I did is you click on File, you click on Open Citra folder, so it goes to where your where you installed it. So obviously the default location is in the app data or app data, and then roaming, and then Citra. What I did is I made a new folder and called it ROMs, which is just games, and I have Pokemon Y, just because that is one of the games that I own, and I've tried to record on my DS. Let me show you something. I have my old phone here. I tried to set it up like here to record, and my DS in front of it, so it's literally like this. I tried to do that and it just looked horrible. And since the 3DS isn't even like being produced anymore, I didn't want to spend like $400 on getting it modded to get a capture card in it, because that's what it is. It's very expensive. You can buy like 3 consoles for the price of that, or handhelds, I should say. So I didn't do that. I'm gonna do this. If I do end up using, my hair is awful. I do apologize. Anyway, so open Citra folder, ROMs, and I drag the ROM in here. And then what I did from there is I actually just dragged it onto here, or double click to add a new folder for games list. you would go to your app data, your local, app data, no, roaming, and then Citra ROMs, so that's the folder. You can do that, and then it pulls down all of them, or you can just drag it in, and then it would open up the game like that. So what I did is I actually like added it to the taskbar, or I pinned it to the taskbar. App data, roaming, I don't know why that didn't save, that's weird. And yeah, so compatibility, it's okay. Region free. File type, so that's the file type. Most of them you'll download will be a .3ds. Some will be like a .cia maybe, and others. Don't install any that are .exe. When you're installing ROMs, when you're downloading ROMs, you don't install them. So this is a 1.72 gigabyte ROM, which you can't like double click on. So if you go to your downloads where you downloaded it, this is it. That's the ROM. You can't do anything with it if you don't have the emulator. Bro, I'm not making it through this video. Yeah, so if you don't have the emulator, you can't play the ROM. So if it's a .exe, if this here says exe, and it took you like a minute to install or to download, do not touch it, delete it, get rid of it. Because you don't install ROMs, you download them. There is a difference. When you install something, you are taking what you've downloaded and putting more folders. That was a weird example, but yeah, if it's a .exe file, do not do it, do not touch it. The only exe file you want here is the emulator. So anyway, so now it's here. What I did is I went to emulation. I have a PS4 controller. I've actually got two. This one is for my computer. The other one is for my PS4. I have it linked wirelessly to my computer because I have Bluetooth. If you don't have Bluetooth on your computer, you can literally get these for, in America, under $10, in Australia, under 20 easily. You literally just put it into your computer and you have Bluetooth. That's it. I think I've done a video on it before with Wii remotes, like 120,000 views. Check it out. And then it's linked because you can hold down the PS4 button and the share button at the same time, and then you just do it like that. So then what I did is I went to emulation, configure, graphics. It depends on what you want it to look like, really. So advanced, everything ticked. VSync, I think you want that ticked just so it doesn't speed up your game, because it runs off all 3DS games are 30 FPS, but if you're running at like 600 FPS, it's going to be running like 20 times faster than it should be, right? So it's going to be like your speeding up the game. So if you enable VSync, it's going to just be like a natural game. Enhancements, default is like that, and it looks awful. I'll show you what it looks like. That's what it looks like. And then configure, graphics, I did 5 times because that's closest to 1920 by 1080p, and it just cleared up. Then I went to view, and you can, I think the default is this. So this is what it looks like usually. That's what a DS looks like the top screen, the bottom screen. But then I wanted to change it to that, just because the bottom screen's over here. Then you can have like your webcam, say for example, you can move your webcam over here like that, and then above up here, you can put like your Pokemon in your party up there, for example. So it's just for the ease of use for streamers, I guess. So I just clicked F11 to go into full screen. It does show up. Yep. So let me just get out of full screen. Alright, so then what else? The status bar. This just shows your game FPS, frame, whatever that means. Speed 100%, so that means that's what speed's running at. But if you're wanting to speed it up and you hold down this button, it will change it to 200%, 300%, 400%, whatever you change it to. And then you want to go to configure and controls. So if you have a PS4 controller, copy this, copy that. If you have a Xbox, it's probably easier because it has X, Y, Z, and A in it already. This has got symbols. So obviously, like A, B, X, Y, all that stuff. So now I can do that. So play Pokemon Y in English. Begin game. And yeah. Ooh, that's loud. It's very loud. That's better. So let me change some things around. So there's emulation speed, as you can see there. So if you want to speed it up, unthrottled, you can. I don't know what that will do, to be honest. I would recommend not doing it. 4 times native is probably the better option here, by the way. Audio, I'll turn up a little bit. You don't need inputs. Don't know why you would need a microphone. But yeah. As you see, it's not bad. Obviously you can tinker around with some settings. So we live together with these blah, blah, blah. This is literally just a normal game. The reason why there's a few glitches happening is because yeah, I think that's better. So yeah, it's pretty, obviously the cursor's there because that's just where my mouse is. You can, if you really want to, play around with the settings to suit your computer. Let's see. Maybe try like a 2 times native, but then you see it gets really pixely. Obviously the higher it is, the less pixely it will be. So see right now how it is, and then if you change it to 4 times clears up so much. Yeah. So that's it, folks. I'm sorry for it being all over the place. It was a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, but yeah, it is what it is. One more time in full screen. Hopefully my throat can last like 2 seconds. A little fletchling. I'm out of water. So obviously in an ideal world, this looks like my hair right now. So then obviously you can move around, you can use the D-pad which I bound, and you can use the control. You would need to play around with the dead zone on the controller though for it to be perfect, because right now it's only moving in the same direction as the D-pad does. Unless it's just on roller skates you can do that, I can't remember. But yeah, that's everything. I hope you all enjoyed. If you have any questions, leave them down below, and I'll do my best to answer them. So yeah, obviously the link to the Citra, the emulator, will be in the description. Nothing else, because I don't want to get in trouble for giving you access to pirate games. I do not promote pirating. But yeah, I mean, I've got like Nintendo, like Wii, Switch, DS, 3DS. I'm a legit gamer, trust me. Yeah. So besides for that, I hope this helped. Have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.